What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to some more Fire Emblem Three Houses. And I've realized something. This is the end of the Blue Lions route. Or at least I'm pretty sure, especially with the title Our Chosen Paths. A couple of reasons why I think that. One is because I wouldn't say it's a spoiler. Like I said, I don't really know much about the Blue Lion route, but I heard an opinion. And that opinion, I think I'll save until I actually complete the game. But that leads me to believe that is, like, it was just whether they liked it or disliked it, right? That's what I'm going to say. So that's number one, and yes, that was from this comment section. Number two was that I calculated the amount of stages that I had to, or that we've done. As I was thinking, I was like, the Blue Lions have had quite a bit of unique stages, but then I remember what people said about the Golden Deer route and how it's kind of like you're finding the backstory of the game. It makes more sense for Edelgard to be Dimitri's final opponent. But for Claude, it didn't make sense because we didn't really have much attachment to Edelgard. So on that note, we're going to do some supports right now before we go. Oh, wait. First, let me start off by saying we're doing the Paralog next. The Silver Maiden. We're not doing this yet. But I have some things to talk about. So, anyways, for now, let's get started with our supports. This will finish off Felix's. I think I'd rather wait on that. Oh shoot, I'm interested in a lot. Let's start with Ingrid and Ignatz. I think this is her last one too.
Always diligently working on your craft.
Ah, Ingrid! How long were you standing there?
Only just now.
Whoa.
Oh, is that the new painting you were mentioning?
That was interesting.
You sounded especially inspired about this one. May I see?
Don't tell me it's her.
No. I mean, the painting's not ready yet.
Uh-huh.
I don't want anyone to see it before it's finished.
But we had spoken about how much your perspective can broaden when you let other people in on your work.
That is true.
Had a change of heart?
It's not that. This one is embarrassing is all.
I see.
Come on. You know you don't need to feel embarrassed around me. Please, show me.
That's interesting.
All right. Just for a second.
This one is even more beautiful than the last.
Huh.
A knight in shimmering armor fighting in all her glory.
A knight, huh?
That lance looks a lot like mine.
Yep.
And the armor.
Yep.
And the horse.
Yep.
Ignatz? Is that?
Yes. It's you.
Well, dadgum.
The woman in this image. She's so powerful and regal.
I see.
I'm in awe. So elegant and refined, but with such a soft air, despite the armor and weaponry.
I can see that. Such a vivid image I'm getting from that.
That's how I see you. You remind me of Saint Saros.
Well, dadgum, I'd feel insulted, but...
Brave and vibrant and powerful, yet kind and gentle.
I mean, I guess if you go based off the... Like, Saros is not... I'm actually confused. Well, not confused. Wondering if Saros is Rhea's original name or if Rhea is her actual name. And Saros was just a title she took on. Because I think Saros sounds like Sethleen and Keyhole. So...
Sorry, was that too much? That was too much.
Thank you, Ignatz. I'm deeply touched. And also embarrassed.
Now that I think about it, Ingrid's description of what Rhea would look like does kind of fit how she is post-time skip.
I'm feeling a little embarrassed myself.
Truly, I'm so moved. I guess now I really need to live up to all your painting encompasses. Please show it to me once it's finished.
I will. I promise. Though I don't think I'll show it to anyone else.
I see. Oh, that's it! That's it! Well, still, that was nice. That was nice. I think I'll go to Ashe and Cyril next, which, by the way, I saw some comments. Look, basically on Cyril and as far as people like them or not, all I'm gonna say is people are wrong. Alright? In fact, after I finished, or at least get deep into the Black Eagle route, I'm gonna look up the character rankings. Rarely do I say people's opinions are wrong, but on Cyril, there's no way. If you got to know him truly, there's no way you think that he is, at least just from the units I have right now, I don't think you think he's the, well, I'll think about that. I don't want to put my foot in my mouth. Because somebody had clarified it's on the playable characters, and that does make much more sense. Because obviously a lot of the villains, you know, should be worse, like Cornelia. Are you kidding me? Grania? Heck no. So, we'll see. But, I don't hate Cyril. Oh, and,
no good. I've lost sight of them completely, and those monsters might still be out there.
Someone compared him to Faye from Fire Emblem Echoes? No, absolutely not. If you're not familiar with Echoes, or this character from Echoes, I'll post her on the screen right now, hopefully. Most obsessive fan, or not even fan, she's a childhood friend in a Fire Emblem game. Possibly, I might be overlooking somebody, but there was, in my honest opinion, she joined the war because of her crush. She started bodying people for her crush, and she literally says that. I think that's like in their support.
Now, shall I head back out there and slay more of your enemies for you?
Slay enemies for me? I would hope you're doing it for a better reason than just me.
Oh, is that what you want? Because I'll do it. I'll fight for any cause you desire.
Nah, don't compare Cyril to her.
I'd better get back to the monastery before dark.
Ashe! Ashe! I finally found you.
And in Echoes, they only have like 2 or 3 supports for each character. So there wasn't much room for her to grow, and she didn't get better. She did not!
Cyril? What are you doing here?
She's a rare kid. Like, seriously, if anybody compares her to Cyril, actually look at her supports if you haven't. Because that's... no.
You're awfully far from your post.
No!
I'd heard you'd gone missing, so I started looking for you everywhere.
Really?
Here, I brought you a map. You can use this to get home later, right?
You came all this way for that? Alone? It's dangerous out here.
See, look at what Cyril's doing.
Am I being a nuisance?
Nah, man.
Well, of course not. This is a big help, actually. You took a serious risk coming out here, though.
But I thought we were friends.
Yeah.
That's what you told me, Ashe. You said friends help each other when they're in trouble.
I did say that. You're right. Come on, let's get back to the monastery. I could use your help finding the way.
I know you could. That's why I came out here. Oh no, I just thought about it. I'm gonna be in trouble when I get back, huh?
Not with me, and I'll take care of it.
Maybe. Leaving your post is against orders.
He had a good reason. Though that is true if we came under attack.
But don't worry. I'll take a share of the punishment.
What? Why? You did nothing wrong.
True. We're friends, though, aren't we?
Friends gotta get punished together, too? I don't know about all that.
Well,
I wouldn't put it like that. I'd say friends stick together, through good and bad.
that's a good way to put it, Ashe.
So, let's split the blame. That's what friends are for.
Wow, so that's what friends are for. Okay then, when you're in trouble next time and you need my help, I'll go with you to get punished.
That's...
Good. I hope you remember that, because I think we're going to be friends for a long time.
You betcha. Friends for life, Ashe. That's a promise.
Now that's nice. I think Cyril's just awkward. And based on his upbringing, how he even got to the monastery, that makes sense. I'll stick up for Cyril. Leonie has a special place in my heart, but I won't stick up for her. I won't stick up for her. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. Except the writing did her dirty. But Cyril, no. If Leonie was the one to be most hated, I'd say yeah. Alright, I'll give you that. Leonie's one of my right hand, basically, while Cynthia is my left. But no, I can't defend her actions. I can't. Now then, do I want to do that next? Let's go Hanneman and Annette.
I'm so sorry for always taking up your time, Professor Hanneman.
Nonsense. I told you to come to me anytime you needed help.
Oh, she actually did.
Nothing to be sorry about at all. So, what can I help you with today, Miss Annette?
Oh, nothing in particular.
What's up?
Perhaps not related to your studies, but I sense something else troubles you.
You see right through me, Professor Hanneman. Okay, here goes.
You said studies. My guy, she's older now.
The truth is, I've been wondering what I'll do when the war finally comes to an end.
Gilbert had a long career as a knight. I imagine he would smile on his daughter following his leave.
Would he? I don't know about that.
Your marks at both the School of Sorcery and the Military Academy were exceptional.
Yeah?
You have many, many options. The only trouble I see for you is in picking which one to chase.
You've hit the nail on the head. There's so much I want to do. I feel completely lost.
Well, that's fair.
Lost, It seems to me that you're just lacking in decisiveness.
And that's what I was gonna say too. If you have something that you're really passionate about, it'll help guide your way in those kind of decisions.
You think so?
For example, I've already been considering my own future once this war ends at last.
That makes sense.
I think I might leave Garrick Mach.
Really?
I've spent a great deal of time researching crests, both in the Empire and at the monastery. Fodlan is large, with much to see and learn. It would be a shame to spend all my years in too few places.
Huh. I respect that, Hanneman.
But where will you go?
He's traveling?
That's the question, isn't it? I've considered the School of Sorcery in Ferdiad.
Maybe not a bad place to start.
It would be good to get a new viewpoint on crest research. There are certainly discoveries to be made. However, new places are daunting. Yet, I'd have no complaints if I had a former student as an apprentice.
Really?
Say, a former student who is brimming with curiosity, talented at magic, and as tidy as myself.
Hanneman's trying to leave behind a protege.
You don't mean me, do you?
I was merely expressing a possibility. It all depends on your own feelings and interests.
I have considered that it might be nice to be a professor like you.
Huh.
But I'm such a scatterbrain, and I make mistakes all the time. So I'm not confident I can manage.
I could easily see Annette being in Manuela's position in the future.
Those are but minor side notes compared to your wonderful qualities, Miss Annette. You are serious in your studies and possessing of excellent character. You surpass even myself.
I wouldn't say surpass, but I definitely think as far as her current age and where she's at, she can definitely compete.
Do you really think so? Maybe I can do it after all.
I truly feel you could. Yes.
So is that where Annette's gonna do in the future?
You could accompany me to Ferdiad. I think that would be most splendid, don't you?
And that works out perfectly.
I feel like, with your guidance, I could excel anywhere.
First, though, we must put an end to this war. The future cannot begin until we achieve victory.
That's true. I'm gonna try my hardest to make sure that happens.
I know you will, Miss Annette. You have my full support.
Alright. Well, that was interesting. I wonder, where is Let me take a look at the roster as far as where everybody is. I think I've accidentally solidified some relationships, so I'm not sure if I can change them. I don't have the points to break. Shoot. Well, what about Mercedes? Yeah, that's probably gonna be. Yep, there's probably gonna be Annette and Mercedes then. Okay. Well, I think it goes in order of like for Dimitri. Who's this top? No! Darn it! Oh no! Oh, great. The do. Is that locked? What about you, Felix? Oh, come on. Sylvain? Ashe? Okay. I might be disappointed with these endings. Wow, Dorothea. Shoot. Okay, well, here's the deal. I could go back. If this truly is the end, I only have one more option. It'll take a long time. None of the options. But I do not want a friendship route with every single Blue Lion member. No! I don't care who, but just, well, I do care. Anyways, alright. Let's get back to it. Speaking of, I wanted to show you all something that I wish I had picked up. These conversations can change based on where their rank is with a person. Like Catherine and Shamir.
Eating with the two of you makes me feel at home. At home, That's a nice feeling.
Before, Shamir said, I apologize for my partner. And now, which I guess I could trim this real quick. And now she says that. And another one that changed, or maybe I never saw this to begin with, is this.
Will you talk to her for me? She's been avoiding me non-stop.
Of course I avoid him. I avoid everyone.
So that's gonna be interesting for the Black Eagles, I think. I'm gonna try to focus that, even though I won't have many. If Lysithea and Edelgard have an actual conversation, I don't get my hopes up, because I don't think Dimitri and Marianne did, but that would be interesting. Okay, anyways, back to it. We have two more. Let's do Catherine and Shamir.
You're safe. I'm so relieved. I was just on a mission. What's gotten into you? I'm sorry. I've been thinking about the last time we talked.
Oh, we didn't have an answer for if it was between her or you?
About our paths diverging.
Oh.
I've been a little afraid since then.
Really, Catherine?
Afraid that you might quit the Knights.
Well, honestly, that's a legitimate fear. As soon as Shamir came back, she was like, thinking I might leave, but since you're here, I'll stay.
The terrible Thunder Catherine. Afraid? I thought you weren't afraid of anything. I kind of thought so too. I realized that I might actually lose you someday, and that's scarier than I expected.
That's fair.
I've never felt this way about anyone other than Lady Rhea.
Yo, Catherine, are you,
You seem very passionate about this.
I mean, this could just be a friendship thing.
I guess so. I have many brothers and sisters in arms, but you're my only partner.
I'm unsure.
I know you have my back, so I can focus on the battle in front of me. I see. Catherine, I have to tell you something. I lost my first partner.
Yeah, that is true.
Which is why I can make no guarantees that this will last forever. But I want you to know, there's no one I would rather have at my side.
Well, there you go. Yeah, it's definitely platonic. Forgive me.
I could never sever my bond with you.
Really?
If there ever comes a day when our paths do diverge, know that I'll always be with you.
Well, once again, this particular conversation can only happen post-time skip, and therefore it can only happen if you've recruited both Shamir and Catherine. So if that's the case, then yeah, this makes sense.
Thank you. I lost someone too. I thought we'd be together forever, but our lives went in different directions.
Oh, Ashe's stepbrother?
Relationships are so fragile.
Or somebody in your family?
Of course.
But that's enough of that. I can't stand any more of your vulnerable side.
Really?
Ah, sorry, partner. Hope I didn't worry you. I lost hold of myself there.
No need to apologize. It's what partners are for. If you'd like, we can start planning our next move.
Next move? What do you mean?
We can wed if you're that worried about losing me.
What?
I may tire of your company.
Oh! Is this a joke, or?
You look a bit red. What's the matter, partner?
That was just unexpected. If you'll excuse me, I need some fresh air.
Whoa, hold up! Excusez-moi, Catherine, what's your... Well, I know where Shamir's is probably. I mean, obviously I could... Excuse me. Roster? Shamir? Yeah, it would be Catherine then, if... Except Catherine has Ashe first. Though it depends on where Ashe ends up. Because like I said, or I think I was trying to explain, I think it works like this. So starting with Dimitri, Dimitri would be first priority, then the dude gets next priority. Since the two of them would have a friendship route, then next is Felix. Felix would end up with Sylvain, then Ashe gets next priority. Ashe would end up with Mercedes in that case then. I'm not sure how it works though, since Annette and Mercedes are at the top. Personally, if there's one relationship I did want, it was Ashe and Annette. But that would be very difficult to do now. I'm not sure if it's even possible. Annette's danced for so many people. Yeah, Dorothea, what about you? Felix. Interesting. Well, I'll think about it. But wow. I didn't expect that. Like, I want to see, is that literally how that ends? I could see it, to be honest. But now this one. Oh, wait.
So, Felix, is the tea to your liking?
I just realized this is probably going to change the dynamics. It might be Felix and Dorothea.
It is.
Alright.
It's nice to relax like this every now and then, isn't it?
It is.
You said some of your equipment is damaged, didn't you?
It is.
It is.
Is that your that's right? And he turns further away.
Are you not in the mood to talk? We could discuss your family or what's happening in high society. Flavors of tea? Your favorite jokes?
Honestly, Dorothea, all of those seems like terrible subjects to talk about with Felix, but you wouldn't know that. Family, father's dead, brother's dead. High society, I don't think he cares. Flavors of tea? Well, that's a one-word answer. And jokes? Have you seen this man?
None of those. I already told you, I don't joke.
Yeah?
Of course, only cynicism. Oh, I know. We're holding a small opera in the cathedral soon.
Like, Felix does not seem the type to do small talk. His talk seems like it needs a purpose.
I'll be singing too. If you're interested in... but of course you aren't.
Dang.
You can sing?
Oh, no, of course! Of course, because he was interested in Annette's songs.
I'm sorry. What did you just say? Can I sing?
I was only a diva of the Middle Front Opera Company, that's all.
You see, how did we get to this A+ rank and he didn't know that?
Oh, right. I forgot.
Dadgum, I don't know.
You forgot. Am I that uninteresting to you? What must you think of me?
You're insincere and loud, is what I think. But you do make a good sparring partner.
Nah, I don't. This don't work for me.
And a good tea companion.
Oh.
Anyway, when's the concert?
When's the well?
It's an opera, and you don't have to come.
You just invited me. You can't tell me not to come. That's for me to decide.
This is such a prickly relationship, though.
Oh, then you must be there. I'll sing my heart out just for you.
I haven't said I'll go.
Are you going to come or not? If you keep teasing me, I might just pretend to cry.
Well, at least you were honest about it.
Fine, I'll go.
Fantastic. I look forward to it.
Check the ranks now. Roster. Oh yeah, while I'm at it, where is Lysithea at right now? Now that would be more interesting. Marianne. Okay. And why am I checking Leonie? Because she actually does have options. Where the heck is she gonna end up with? I don't know. Anyways, I was trying to check Dorothea and Felix. Yeah, she still didn't appear on that one. Dorothea and Sylvain would be interesting. But I don't know. I have to see. What are the remaining supports that I need? Dimitri's done. Dedue's done. Felix is now done. Ashe is done except for Casper, who I'm not doing, so he's done. Well, not doing, this route. Sylvain is done. So the boys are done. Mercedes I can wait on, because she is the only Blue Lion who will be in the Black Eagle route. Though I have been thinking about the Black Eagle route, but again, I don't want to. So yeah, let me just mention something since we're almost there. The way I'm looking at the Black Eagle route has nothing to do with Edelgard, but the fact that it's, well, one, Petra, but two, it's the last route I'm gonna do. Well, it's the route I've done. I've been playing the game for like what, nearly 2 years now. Has it been? And I played it when everybody else, played it when it first came out. So for me, mixing things up would be interesting. In fact, there's one idea that I would like to do. I was wondering about if I should say it or not. And I was debating on doing it for Edelgard's route, but I thought it'd be too cruel. At this point, if anybody would steal the idea, one, I trust you guys, but two, if they probably would have clicked off the video by now. My idea was this. I play a route, actually all three, and I get everyone killed. Now again, I was, like I said, that's not because I dislike the Black Eagles, it's just because that's the next route up, and I wanted to mix things up, because I've played a route on hard. Claude's was permadeath and hard mode, right? And I think that fit for that route. Then Dimitri's, I recruited everybody, and I did it on Maddening. And in it, I had the Ashe and Wolves, which stunted progress. I couldn't do any of the grinding methods that I did. I could, but the Ashe and Wolves was like the ultimate hard mode, I feel, because there was so many limits. Like Happy and Constance couldn't even heal in that mode. Whereas now one has warp, the other has rescue. I'm pretty sure they couldn't heal in that game on purpose, but so saying that to say that the Black Eagles, I'm wondering how can I spice that up? And that's why the first thing was not to recruit anybody. Second thing was, what difficulty do I do? Do I do it on easy? Do I do it on hard mode? there's a bunch of options that I could choose, but yeah. So that's where my headspace is. I'll do an actual video later, and also I'll finally tell you all what I know about that route, because I have kept trying to avoid talking about it because I don't want to spoil those who are blind. But yeah, so I'm just trying to make the Black Eagle route as interesting as I possibly can. And also, just a little note while I'm talking about it, the hardest parts to edit for me is when I'm in the monastery and I'm talking to everybody. So if you want to look at it like this, you can look at it as in, it's so much easier for me, especially after continuously editing my over 220 videos of Fire Emblem content now, that if I only have the Black Eagle members in question that I need, you know, so the videos can be quick, painless for me to edit. Because every time I talk to somebody, I have to cut, go to the next part, cut, and go to the next part, cut, and go to the next part. It's tedious and annoying. So there are, like I was saying, there are many reasons why I made the decision that I did. But it just started when a lot of Black Eagle fans told me they preferred for me not to recruit anybody. So I was like, okay, let's look at some silver linings. Anyways, I'll go into more detail later. But before we begin, we do have a few supports. I know, trust me, I want to get to that too, so let's just get to it. I'll start with Catherine and Lorenz first. These are probably our last supports.
Let's put the match on hold for now, Lorenz. Or if you can't wait, we'll say you won.
No. Let us resume it later. You haven't yet had the chance to use Thunderbrand.
And I'm just now realizing again, Lysethea can use both of their relics. Interesting.
You weren't using a relic either. If you had been, you would have won easily.
True, Lorenz's staff, which you gotta remember, it is Lorenz's staff, is OP.
Even without it, you're stronger than I expected. You seem to be fighting more intensely than usual.
Under ordinary circumstances, I'd have surely lost. But I had a vested interest in testing your character.
Oh, really?
If your swordplay relied at all on the dirty tricks of a fugitive, I would have felt compelled to defeat you.
Are you saying you fought more ably because you had a sense of purpose?
Makes sense to me.
Not as such, although I admit that when we crossed blades, I became envious of your strength.
You know how many times people mention crossed blades? If only certain characters would say that.
I caught a glimpse, in your elegant swordsmanship, of an aspect of the noble ideal that I yet lack.
Oh, really?
That envy is perhaps what drove me to fight so hard.
Interesting.
I was also able to satisfy my curiosity. You are no criminal, but rather a lady of great conviction.
That might be an exaggeration. I've done some things I'm not proud of.
Modest as ever. Another of your noble qualities.
Oh, really?
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm no longer a noble.
Well, maybe he meant it in the literal sense? Well, you know, no, or figurative sense. Which one am I saying here? Because, well...
Whatever your title, the responsible use of power is the very hallmark of nobility.
Like, not necessarily noble by birth, but noble in, you know, like, as a description, as an adjective.
Deny it all you like. But the way I see it, you are indeed a true noble.
I don't want to be a true noble. I won't be tied down by any stuffy idea of nobility. Although, if this is your way of flirting with me, perhaps I can be persuaded otherwise.
Really?
That's rather sudden.
Tell me, Lorenz, do you often woo noble women? As a true noble, I must be an ideal target for a fellow like you.
Since you put it that way, apologies, but I confess you've rendered me quite speechless.
Interesting, Catherine's doing the same thing Shamir did to her.
Lighten up. I'm just teasing. You're clearly not ready to woo me.
Not ready? Do I not suffice for you?
Wow!
Is there some flaw that I could conceivably correct?
You're more open-minded than you used to be, but you're still so hung up on status and lineage.
A bit.
If you became a more tolerant person, maybe it would work out. What matters isn't someone's blood, it's what they want, what they fear, what they accomplish. When you understand that, let me know, and I might just fall for you.
Just wait and you shall see, Catherine. I fully intend to live up to the very highest of your standards.
You know, another thing I've been wondering about is where the Golden Deer members are going to end up. Because, well, mainly the dudes, because I'll give them some options, but not many. Alright. Next, I think I'll go... This is my last support with Alois. Been trying to get this.
Ah, there you are. Hello.
I should have got this in the Golden Deer route. You look gloomy.
Oh, yes. Apologies. I'm struggling with some unpleasant thoughts.
I see.
Since the war began, I've ended so many lives. You and your students got your hands dirty as well.
We sure did.
Nobody forced you all to join the fight, of course. You did so of your own volition.
Interesting.
Still, there must be something very wrong with the world for it to make children into killers.
No arguments here. I know what you mean.
That's true enough. We've all gotten older. Ah, listen to me. I'm sorry for being so glum.
What? Yo! Game. You know what? It gave me a choice.
Well said.
I think I know why I didn't get in the Golden Deer route now.
In truth, I don't think any expression will improve my looks. I'm a brute, no matter what face I pull. Ah, you really are just like Gerald. When I was down in the dumps, he'd cheer me up with a playful quip.
Yes, it was a quip.
He gave me his library of jokes, but when I tell one of them, nobody laughs at the punchline. They laugh at me.
Oh, you got Dimitri.
You, on the other hand, well, you inherited the old man's comic talents.
You must be kidding.
I'm feeling pretty perky now, all thanks to you.
Me?
I can't stop this war by feeling gloomy about it. Onward, to a brighter future.
Hear, hear?
To tell you the truth, that was another line I picked up from Gerald. He taught me everything about life. He was more important to me than anyone in the world. Apart from you, perhaps.
I see. Well, thank you. Yeah,
Oh, sure, there's that, but not only that. When I look at you or see you fighting in battle, it's like I'm seeing a sibling.
Well, that's kind of what I meant.
But at the same time, it's like seeing something sacred and powerful.
Sacred?
Something I must defend. You're so important to the future of Fodlan, and to me.
You know, that's one thing I've been wondering about Edelgard, and I guess I will say it, because it's best to get all my thoughts out now, I think.
I promise to continue protecting you with the strength of a knight and the love of a big brother.
I'm counting on you.
Good. In the name of Gerald, I swear to keep you safe. You're welcome to return the favor, should you feel so inclined.
Of course. One thing I've been wondering about is if Edelgard's goal truly is to defeat the false goddess and her minion. Zibide. That's one of the first things I thought of. It's like, so in other words, you want to kill me. Yet another reason why I assumed you wouldn't join up at Edelgard post time skip, because we'd be a walking reason of, I mean, we'd be the very thing she wanted to defeat, right? We're Sothis. And yeah, it is that. So confusing. No. We'll see. Last but not least, I figured since I really feel like I started the Ashen Wolves like a part of the Blue Lion route, like before they actually were joined, you know. With the DLC, I started there, well, technically started Blue Lions, then went to DLC. I feel like I like looking at it as one giant thing. Anyways, let's finish off Yuri's. Let's start with Dorothea and with Bernie.
All right, Yurikins. Isn't it about time you let go of this grudge?
Oh, you're down here.
I'm sorry I dragged you out onto the stage, but I can't believe you're still holding it against me.
Wow, really?
I bear no grudge.
I'm about to say.
Then why do you get this stony look and face the other way anytime you catch a glimpse of me?
Oh, Lady Bird. Truth be told, when I see you, it reminds me of my own self-loathing, of my past.
Really?
Huh. I didn't know you were carrying something like that.
In what way?
You rose up from your hardships and became the lead singer for a prestigious opera, all on your own.
That is true.
While I made my way through the world by licking the boots of wretched nobles, watching you on stage from the sidelines.
Oh.
It wasn't until recently that I felt a real sense of accomplishment in my life. But recalling that first pivotal moment when I saw you on stage, you were brilliant. You shone like nothing I'd ever seen. Whenever I see you, Lady Bird, I'm reminded of that moment.
I see.
And in that moment, I had never felt so filthy and unlovable in all my life.
Wow, Yuri. Like, those are some intense emotions. I'd argue that only makes this relationship even more better for you.
That's why you don't like singing? There's got to be more to it than that.
Well, that seems like a acceptable reason to me.
Back then, the imperial capital was swarming with disgusting nobles. All of them vying for your attention. For the love of the Dorothea.
And it's surprising she's... Well, I need to see more Dorothea's backstory.
Many were willing to compromise with an inferior substitute. If they couldn't have you, perhaps someone else was capable of singing just as sweetly.
You do what you must to chase your dreams. You say it left you filthy and unlovable, but my life didn't leave me unscathed either. There's not much love left in what I do. There was once, of course. As a child, I lived for singing. No matter how hard times got, I always had that. I counted myself so lucky to have met Manuela and joined the opera. But the more I sang for a living, the less certain I was that I loved it anymore.
That's fair.
You're a tricky one to assess. I can't tell if you're too wise or too naive for your own good.
Also fair.
Whether or not your heart's in it now, you certainly didn't appear to hate it back then. I'd never seen you beam so brightly as you did when you helped me train for the performance.
Jeez, how good of a compliment can you give her?
You might be onto something. I felt genuinely happy in that moment.
You just lost your spark for singing. Nothing more. It's how I feel about it in a way.
I feel that too.
How about this? Why not join an opera that doesn't have dealings with nobles?
That's a great idea, actually. We'll start something new together, you and me.
I don't know about all that now.
The world is full of people who fell through the cracks just like us.
Indeed, Dorothea.
We'll take them in whenever we can and aim to become Fodlan's premier opera company.
Now that sounds like a swell idea.
I can't remember the last time I was this fired up. Though, we'll have to table it until after the war.
Huh. Our own one-of-a-kind traveling opera. You know, that does sound fairly thrilling. I've no doubts it could help deepen our pockets.
Well, yeah.
Leave it to you to take all the romance out of it. But I know you're an idealist deep down.
Yeah, it's not like Yuri to confront stuff like that.
Takes one to know one. I must say, I do enjoy seeing your mischievous side at work.
I can see that too.
I'll take that as a compliment. I could say the same for you, too. It's exactly why I'm comfortable sharing this stream with you.
Now that fit a lot better to me than hers with Felix. I genuinely hope... Oh no, I genuinely hope that's not where it ends up. Now, before I start Bernadetta, somebody mentioned that apparently it changes something in the Black Eagle supports. We'll see, but we'll end off with this one.
Frigid ocean waters. I can feel them already.
I like the ocean.
Calm, calm. Just listen to me for a moment. There's something I need to tell you.
And this is when she's older.
The reason I worked for House Farley, Bernadetta, was to kill you.
Whoa!
Ha! I knew it. I always knew you were out to kill me. Sink me into the deep, dark, freezing depths.
You know, for once, he's not wrong.
Hold on. House Farley? But why?
As you well know, theirs is one of the 6 great noble houses, the true rulers of the Empire. And you're the heir, with a crest. There were tons of people who wanted you wiped out.
Really?
Like people who want to eradicate House Farley. Or a relative who wants the glory for themselves. That particular breed of treacherous nobility is the kind that'd hire a kid to do their dirty work.
That makes sense.
The first thing that kid would do, get close to the target by befriending her. Find an in through, say, an assistant gig.
This kid you're mentioning sounds real. That was you, wasn't it?
Yours truly. My biggest mistake? Getting to know you. I crept into your room one night and readied my blade.
I don't mean to laugh, but...
The whole thing had been a breeze. Up until that moment, I couldn't bring myself to do it. While I hovered there, hesitating, your father came in.
Ah.
You know the rest.
That makes sense.
Why are you telling me all this? I'm so confused.
Because I want you to look at it objectively. I was hired to kill you. Your father protected you from me. A filthy assassin.
That is different from, well, not different from the man I knew her father to be, but...
He was looking out for you. You're lucky to have a father who cares for you enough to do that.
Father protected me? He protected me.
I mean, that was when she's younger. Opinions can change.
Yeah, why would I lie? At this point, I figure it's you who hates me, and not the other way around.
I don't hate you, Yuri. But I mean, I do feel weird. But I don't know how to feel. Can't we just be friends? Like back then?
You want to be friends with me?
The reason you couldn't kill me was because we were friends, right?
In theory.
Well...
You were my first friend.
Really?
My very first friend. The first person who played with me. The first person who went on adventures with me. The first...
And you were the first friend I had to baby that much.
That makes sense.
What do you mean? Well, even so, you were the first friend who cared for me.
The whole thing was probably a sham anyway. Though, you know, even if it was, I did have a lot of fun with you.
I knew it!
Well, I'm not sure now those person's words has me thinking on the legitimacy of that support. But I'll consider it. I don't know what to think of it now. But alright, let me just check one more thing.